Twin Oast Brewing in Port Clinton is likely going to top your list as one of the most majestic brewery experiences you've ever had. The 60-acre farmland estate exudes a rich open landscape replete with forests, orchards, and homegrown produce that honors their farm-to-fermenter mission when making craft brews. And we can't forget their signature Twin Oasts that set the focal point for a quintessential beer drinking experience.
We purchased this land in 2008. My dad was trying to retire a farmer, and I wanted to start a brewery, so we kind of figured out a way to make all that mix and match and work. And oasts are actually vehicles that they would use for drying hops back in the old English days on the hop yards.
Oh, okay.
And so it was kind of this cool way that we could mix the brewing and the farming culture. We said, what's a good symbol? The oast works out well. We try and focus on the brewery side of things as much as possible, and I always try and start with that. We try and keep everything between a 4.5% and 6.5% alcohol.
Okay.
And that is mainly because we want people to come here, have a bunch of different beers, and still be safe to drive.
Okay,
so
good thinking,
that's
yeah.
the first and foremost, it's farm to fermenter, so that's kind of our big thing. So we try and find ways that we can use inspiration from the farm or actual produce from the farm into the beer itself. And it's just our way of, keeping Catawba Greenland. So the more that we can produce to put into the beer, the more we can have for spreading farmland out across the acreage here.
And how many do we have on tap right now?
So currently we have 14 beers on tap.
14 beers on tap.
That includes a root beer, that includes a cider and a mead as well, which we bring in from outside. We always either trying to get a pun in there somehow or some kind of local thing or some inside joke any way that it works. We do have a full kitchen. We do service a little bit different. You go up to the bar to get your own drinks. You scan the QR codes to put in your food orders. You can relax and sit here. People park for hours at a time out here. That's kind of the whole vision behind everything that we've been doing service-wise, is how can we make it a relaxed atmosphere and how can we put the customers in control of their own destiny.
It's quaint enough to stop by for just a pretzel and a beer, and grand enough to host a large crowd-drawing event like Oasttoberfest. So we're in the season where a lot of Oktoberfests are happening. Why should people come out and experience Oasttoberfest specifically?
Oasttoberfest is kind of a mix, right? So it's like an Oktoberfest because we have all the food and the German fare, we have the bands, we have the games coming out. They have these fun little marionette things where you try and drink without touching the cup.
Yeah,
so you've seen those? They're always fun.
Yeah.
But then we also mix that with almost a beer festival vibe. So we're having 13 different breweries from across Ohio. Come join us. They're going to be set up around the property, and you can go around and get tasters from everything that they have to offer, as well as our own beers.
So in preparation for Oasttoberfest this weekend, I decided to get their famous German pretzel, as well as a Prost beer.
I always say a lot of people use us more like a public park than an actual brewery. You'll see kids playing football and kickball
Put out
blankets,
sitting under the willow tree.
Again, we want people here for hours and enjoying the property, feel like they're on vacation.
This is Emily with an all-new Toledo Now.